So, I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine, Keith, aka The Fragrant Life, aka Mr. Cheap Sense. And he and I came to the conclusion that there's certain situations that you want to wear certain fragrances in. Well, if you want to know what those situations are and what fragrances I think you should wear in those situations, well, come on back and spend a little time with me. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Trey Sense here, and remember, Trey Sense is the name, cologne is the game. So listen, if this is your first time coming by my channel and you like the content, please be sure to like, share, and give me a thumbs up. I've got about 10 fragrances here, so I won't waste any more time. I'm gonna get into it. What this review is, well, it's more of a discussion, but you know how we do it on this channel. What I have for you is a few fragrances and a few situations. We'll just get into the situations as we go. You ready? Here we go. We all grown, right? So situations we come into a lot, job interview. So what fragrance do I think you should wear on your job interview? And I sprayed this one on, Chrome Pure. Why do I think this would be a good job interview fragrance? Well, for one, it's fairly affordable. For two, it's easy to get your hands on. And for three, it smells good, but it's not an overpowering scent. Because most of the time when you go on a job interview, what do they tell you? Hey, come on in. Yeah, sit down, have your seat right there. Okay, so, and then they start asking you a whole bunch of silly questions. So you want something that's calming, relaxing, smells good, but that it's gonna get you through the interview, but doesn't, run the person giving you the interview out of the room, because there are people that have sensitive noses or whatever, so they don't want to. You don't want to run them out. Chrome Pure. It's a good, masculine, sweet, semi-spicy sort of fragrance. Pure is not a good name for this cologne, but this is still a very good cologne. I like the bottle. Azzaro stayed true to the chrome format with this bottle, but still, this is a great smelling fragrance. I like it a lot. I think this would be good for an interview. Now, price on some of these would be an issue for some people. So I have two alternatives. Second alternative for an interview is this one. And this is Gap Electric, established in 1969. And I'll just tell you, pound for pound, this is one of the best smelling fragrances that I have. Pound for pound, bar none. It performs well. It does project pretty good, so you'll have to temper the sprays on this one, but I think it smells good enough, masculine enough, and different enough that you'll want to wear it on an interview, because the person that's interviewing you, if they get a whiff of it, they're going to think you smell good. But again, it's not so powerful that it's going to, just blow them out of the room, since like Red Tobacco and, fragrances like that, Perfumes de Marly Hard. Fragrances like that you don't want to wear on an interview. Yes, they smell amazing, and some of my favorite scents, and I love them, but those are really too strong for an interview. This one right here, I think falls right there in all the categories. It's inexpensive. It is a little hard to find, which is a drawback, but if you find this, it will be inexpensive, and it is a good smelling cologne. I think it will be great for an interview. Because again, like I said, it's not going to run them out of the room. It's just not. It's not going to run anybody out. It's going to do what it's supposed to do. And I just think it's good for an interview. That's just my opinion. The next one, we'll start at the cheaper end first. Now, you went on the interview, you got the job, right? You got the job. So now you need to send to where to work, to the office, or where in the cubicles, or where, in the retail spot where you stock in and waiting on customers, so you don't want to be too offensive. From the house of Antonio Banderas, Blue Seduction. This is just a soft, smooth would be the word that I use to describe this. If this blue, it's blue suede like Elvis Presley. Smooth, cool. I like your boy. Smooth, cool, relaxing. It ain't trying too hard, but it does smell really nice. And it, again, it's an affordable fragrance. When you see this, you'll see it at your Ross's, Marshalls, TJ Maxx's, places like that, and you get a small bottle like this for like $11. Don't get no more affordable than that. And it does smell really, really nice. You're not going to offend the Karens at your work that's going to be like, the Trey boys got on cologne. What is he trying to do? Really be getting old Karen hot and bothered and she don't want to talk about it, but we ain't going to talk about that because this is a PG show. Like, I'm about to smell it with the top on. But it is a very refreshing, calm, clean, blue type of fragrance that's easy to wear, that is not too loud, and I think it's very well made. I really like that fragrance. Now, a little bit more on the expensive end, but still a very nice fragrance, and I have sprayed it on and I like it, and it is from the house of YSL, and it is Y. Again, smooth, subtle, not a loud projector, very easy to wear, very smooth, very calm, very confident, boosting type of fragrance. It's a little bit of woods in there, a little aquatic, just got a lot going on in this fragrance, but it is expensive. This will run you $100+ or around the $100 mark. You may can get it a little cheaper at the discounters, but still, it's way more pricey than the Blue Seductive by Antonio Banderas. But still, I think this is a great fragrance. I love the way that it smells. And again, it's one of those that is not gonna walk into the room before you do and be in the room when you're out. It is definitely a closer encounter scent. Like I said, good for the workspace and things like that. Now, me and Cheapo was also discussing, I like my fragrances to introduce me when I come into the room. I want them to beat me in the room and be in the room when I leave. That's just me, guys. I like a strong, potent fragrance. Now, we went on the interview, we've gotten the job. Now we done worked all week. It's time for some chill time with the homeboys, right? Go chill with the fellas. What fragrance do I think would be great for going out to a bar or a club or shooting pool or just hanging out with the homeboys? Especially if you're single and you're trying to get the attention of some ladies. For some reason, mass appealing chicks dig it. From the house of Dior, Dior Sauvage EDT. Why the EDT for this event? Because it's louder and it projects louder. This is loud. This does project. This will walk in the room before you, and it'll be in the room when you leave it. The EDP, which I like, and I have, is a little bit more subtle. It's a little bit more refined. It's a gentleman. This dude right here, well, he's not necessarily a gentleman at all. He's unapologetic and unforgiving. In some videos, I've called him a main. So I guess you got to be a main to wear this. But if you're hanging out with the homeboys and you want to stand out, this is the one for you. Warning, there may be 5 other guys in the room standing out with the same scent that you got on, but it does smell good and it will get you noticed, and it does fit the occasion to me of hanging out with the boys, shooting pool, playing cards, whatever you're doing out there on the dance floor dancing. You won't sweat this off, especially if you spray it on your clothes. You'll be fine. From the house of Dior, Dior Sauvage, the EDT. Now, a little bit more affordable, but equally as good smelling and maybe even better. Man, oh man. From the house of Dapper Fragrances, it is Travis's and Dapper's version of Horrid. And I've mentioned this cologne a lot on my videos, and this is made by Perfumes de Marly. I really, really love this scent. It's sweet, it's tobacco-y, just an all-around great fragrance. If you have this on, you're gonna be noticed. Every chick in the room, when you walk by, whether she says something or not, she gonna smell you, bro. She gonna smell you 10 minutes after you've been gone, and that is a good thing. From the house of Dapper, their version of Perfumes de Marly's Horrid. I absolutely love the way that smells, man. Look at the juice on that too, man. That's good stuff right there. Y'all need to get y'all some Dapper. Okay, so we went on the job interview. Got me? We went to work all week. Now we got to unwind and celebrate. Okay, they did that with the boys, so that's Friday night. Now it's Saturday night. You got you a date with a lady. You got you a date. So what do you want to wear on a date? Now remember, guys, we think about dates all wrong. We think, and we want to wear something that's going to stand out and get us noticed. Kinda. But the main objective of a date is when you didn't left Red Lobster or Olive Garden or Chuck E. Cheese, wherever you take your dates. Some of y'all weird. Wherever you take your dates out there, you want her to come close when you're in the car on the way back home. You got your arm on their arm wrist. You know what I'm talking about? You got your arm on the armrest. You want her to slide over there with you. But you don't want on something so strong that when she slide over there with you, she got to go back the other way. You want something that's a little subtle, but still smell good. It smells like a man. It's sexy, romantic. And for that occasion, for my cheaper version, I chose the Timeless Classic. That's right, Drakkar Noir. Because for whatever reason, women have been liking this stuff for 35, 40 years now. They love it. I don't know when it came out, 90s, early 90s, maybe late 80s, yeah. They've been liking this stuff for a long time. And it's a good performing fragrance. It smells good. It's going to get you through the date. You're going to smell like a man. It is mass appealing. I could have went with something like Dior Sauvage. Not Dior Sauvage, I'm sorry. Dolce & Gabbana The One and all those date night fragrances. But I'm in my own lane. I like to go a little bit different way. This is one that I think the lady will appreciate, enjoy, and will come close to even smell it. And I have yet to meet a chick that does not like Drakkar Noir. Just saying, not one. I have yet to meet a girl that did not like the way this smells. And it's smooth like your boy. And it's easy going like your boy. Spray this on, a couple sprays, 5-6 sprays. I think you're gonna get some attention, to say the least. Get some attention, all right. Drakkar Noir. Trust me. I know y'all thinking, Trey, that's old school. You're right. It is, but it works. Water is old school too, so is dirt. But you try planting something without dirt and water and see what happens. Just saying, let that sink in. Don't get no older than dirt and water, but they still relevant, ain't they? Yep. Now, say you got a little bit of money because you got you one of them real good jobs, and you wanna, you going out. You ain't going Chuck E. Cheese Olive Garden. You going to Chez Maurice's. Ain't that what Martin used to call a fancy restaurant? Him and Gina used to want to go to all the time, Chez Maurice's. You know what it is. Zaharoff Noir. I guess I'm sticking with the Noir thing. Again, this is... that purple represents royalty to me. Great smelling fragrance. Absolutely wonderfully made, wonderfully blended. It's smooth, it's seductive, it's sexy, it's confident, it smells good, and it says, come here. It says, I smell good, I know that I smell good, and I know you like me because you on this date, you up in this car with me, we done went to Chez Maurice's and ate, now you all cuddled up on me, it's time to go home and get the Netflix and the chill on, or whatever. Perfect fragrance for that. It's not too loud, it does smell good, they will smell it, they will know you have on something, and they'll probably go, what is that you're wearing? And then you can tell them, this is from the House of Zaharoff. George is a personal friend of mine. He sent me this bottle, as it did. And they're gonna go, oh. And it smells good. Nice, masculine fragrance that is gonna be mass appealing to women. You're gonna smell like a man. It doesn't have none of that fruitiness or sweetness that a lot of fragrances have. And don't get me wrong, I like a fruity fragrance, I like a sweet fragrance. This just happens to be a date. And I just wanted to come close. That's all I'm saying. So from the House of Zaharoff Signature Noir. And this does have a lot of the original Noir, original signature per home DNA is in this. It's just a little bit smoother and a little bit dressed down from the original. It's still a great smelling fragrance that smells good. Now, let's recap. We done went on a job interview. We done worked all week. We done went out with the boys. We done went out on a date night and did a bunch of stuff we ain't supposed to do. So now it's Sunday and we gotta go to church and repent for all that stuff we done did all week. Let me just get to the fragrance. I'm just gonna get to the fragrance. From the House of Prada, Prada Luna Rossa Sport. Why this one, you may ask? Very simple. It smells good. It's nice. Again, masculine is a word I like to use in my fragrances when I'm talking about fragrances that I like. And the reason for that is because I just turned 45 years old. I like playful fragrances, but I do want to smell like a man in his 40s. That's the only reason. It's nothing against anybody or anything. It's just, that's what I like. I like to smell like a man. That's just me. This fragrance, I think, does that, but at the same time, you're in church. So you don't want to be, tickling the nose of people 4 pews up, 4 pews to the right, 4 pews to the left. before it peels to the back. Because you know how people get, you hear people, you don't want that. This, I think, is a nice, moderate projecting fragrance, maybe a little more than an arm's length. It gets you decent performance, so you can spray it on that morning, leave the house, and be just fine with it. This is the more expensive version. Yeah, this is a more expensive one, but I still think it smells good. I think it's a nice fragrance. I think it smells masculine, but it's not, one of those super sexy fragrances. I think this is one of those fragrances that are more appealing to men than they are women, so to speak. Kind of like, dare I say, Creed Aventus. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I've never gotten a compliment from a woman wearing Creed Aventus. Just saying. I have men, and I've had people say somebody smells good, but nobody's just came up to me and be like, ooh, that fragrance that you're wearing, not wearing Creed Aventus. Just saying. But it is widely hyped in the fragrance community. I think this one is the same way. I wasn't even sure I was going to keep this one when I got it, but I like it. It's a great smelling fragrance. It does smell good. It's very sweet, very powdery, but yet at the same time, still got some masculinity to it. But it's not one that's going to offend anybody and push, miles in each direction. It'll get you through the service. If you're going to church Sunday, Prada Luna Rosa Sport. After all that mess you done all week long, you need to go. This next one, I apologize if it is hard to find now. When I found it, it was inexpensive, so it's the inexpensive version of a church fragrance, and it is from the house of Perry Ellis, and it is Perry Ellis M. As you see, I've worn this to church a few times. I like it. It does, it just smells sweet, masculine, goodness. And by masculine, I don't mean this one smells aged or dated. It just smells like something that a man would wear. To me, it gives off of a honey vibe, sort of. If you're familiar with Insurrection Wild, I think it is in the brown bottle, which could have easily made this list because I think that's a nice honey-noted fragrance. I like it, but I like this one too. If I didn't have on 3 or 4 fragrances, I would easily wear this. And this sucker was dirt cheap. This was about $15 to $19, as the rest of the Perry Ellis fragrances are when you find them. Just inexpensive, easy to wear fragrance that smells good. All right, guys, that is the end of this video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. Again, this is fragrances of all occasions and the situation to wear them. Keep in mind when you're wearing a fragrance, and I guess if it had been summertime, we could have added the cookout or family reunion and things that Unc would show up to, but I guess Unc do need to go on a job interview sometime though. But nonetheless, those are the situations that I chose for this video. I'm sure there are tons of other situations out there: Hanukkah, bar mitzvah, baby showers. I mean, it's all kind of things that we could have, graduation. But these are ones that I think are the most common that somebody's gonna have to encounter most of their life. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Yeah, I'm trying to bring you new content, new ways of doing stuff to keep things fresh and moving on my channel. I hope I'm doing a great job of that. Again, if this is your first time coming by this beautiful seasoned face, be sure to like or dislike, whatever. I'm still gonna spray up, spray on, and keep it moving. But I'd appreciate it if you shared this video, gave it a thumbs up, tell your friends about me, and tell their friends, and all that stuff. Be sure to like, share, and sub. If you have any ideas for a video, leave it in the comments below. If you have any of these fragrances, feel free to leave it in the comments below and we can talk about it. Also, tell me what your situational fragrance is. If you got an interview fragrance, an office scent, a date night scent, hanging out with the boys scent, and then a church scent, let me know. Let's talk about all of it. Yeah, feel free to comment below. Again, big shout out to the homeboy Cheapo this morning. Good conversation, bro. Yeah, like, share, and sub, and I'm gonna jump off here. Until next time, y'all, peace.